Piers Plowman is a long allegorical poem written by William Langland in the 14th century. It is written in the form of a dream vision where the narrator named Will falls asleep and sees a series of symbolic dreams. Through these dreams, the poem explores the problems of society, corruption of the church, and the true meaning of a good Christian life. The poem begins with Will lying on the Malvern Hills, where he falls asleep and has a vision. In his dream, he sees a wide field full of people from all classes of society: kings, knights, priests, workers, beggars, and merchants. This field full of folk represents the whole of medieval society. Langland shows that people from every class are guilty of greed, pride, and dishonesty. Many people pretend to be religious but do not live moral lives. In the vision, Will sees important symbolic figures. One of them is Lady Holy Church, who explains that truth comes from God and people must live honestly and faithfully. Another important figure is Lady Mead, who represents bribery and corruption. Many powerful people want to marry Lady Mead because she helps them gain wealth and position. However, she is exposed as a dangerous force that destroys justice and morality. As the poem continues, Will searches for the right way to live. He learns about the three moral ideals known as do well, do bet, and do best. These ideas suggest that a person must first live a good life, then improve morally, and finally reach spiritual perfection. The poem does not give easy answers but shows that moral growth is a lifelong struggle. One of the important figures in the poem is Piers the Plowman, a simple and honest worker. Piers represents the ideal Christian life based on hard work, humility, and faith. Unlike corrupt priests and greedy officials, Piers lives by truth and helps others selflessly. He agrees to guide people to truth, but only if they help him plow his field. This shows that salvation requires honest labor and cooperation, not empty prayers or false religious practices. Langland strongly criticizes the church. He attacks greedy friars, dishonest priests, and religious leaders who care more about money than spiritual duty. He believes that the church has failed ordinary people and has moved away from Christ's teachings. However, Langland does not reject religion itself. Instead, he calls for a return to true Christian values such as charity, humility, and justice. In later visions, the poem becomes more spiritual and complex. Will struggles to understand how humans achieve salvation. Figures like faith, hope, and charity appear, and the poem emphasizes that love and mercy are more important than strict rules or blind obedience. Even learning and reason are shown to have limits without genuine compassion. The poem ends on a serious and uncertain note. Evil forces continue to threaten the moral order, and the struggle between good and evil does not end easily. Langland suggests that the world will always face corruption, but individuals must continue striving for truth and righteousness.